Welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something huge happening in the markets. We're looking at how AI isn't just playing a part in crypto trading anymore, it's completely rewriting the rules for 2025 and honestly, for the future.
Okay, let's just jump straight in with one number that tells you pretty much everything you need to know: 89%. And look, that's not just a big slice of the pie, that is the pie. We're talking near total dominance. It means that almost every trade, all the liquidity, the very heartbeat of the market, it's all being run by AI now. So that brings up the big, scary question, right? If machines are running the show, what's left for us? For human gut feelings, for experience, for actual strategy. Is the human trader basically obsolete now? Well, stick around, because the answer is way more interesting than just a simple yes or no. All right, so to really get why AI is such a game changer, you first have to understand the problem it's trying to solve. And that problem, it's the absolute high-speed chaos of today's crypto markets. I mean, just think about it for a second. The market is always on, 24/7. It's this nonstop storm of data. You've got thousands of different coins, social media going crazy, news popping up, on-chain data. It's just a flood. For any one person, keeping up with all that is literally impossible. We're talking about a world where a millisecond can make or break a trade. It's a recipe for total information overload. So how on earth do you deal with that kind of storm? Well, this is where AI steps in, and not as a replacement for the human trader, but as something else. Think of it like an essential co-pilot, the one who can actually see through all that noise and help you navigate. And this comparison here just nails the difference in scale and speed. A human trader, you're maybe watching a couple of key indicators, right? Maybe RSI, MACD on a few different coins. But an AI co-pilot, it's tracking over 1,000 assets at the same time, and it's pulling in on-chain data, price movements, what people are saying on social media, and it spots weird stuff, anomalies, in seconds. So the key thing to get is that AI isn't just staring at price charts. It's looking at everything from every angle. It's combining all these different streams of information into one single clear picture. Just imagine Bitcoin is on a tear, heading for something crazy like $126,000. And AI would be looking at ETF money coming in, coins leaving exchanges, funding rates, social media hype, all at once. It sees the whole story, not just one little piece that a single indicator would show you. Okay, so what tools are traders actually using to get this advantage? Because it's not like there's just one magic AI button you press. No, it's more like a specialized toolkit where every single tool has its own specific, powerful job. And this table really shows you where the magic happens. It's all about using the right tool for the right job. So you might use something like ChatGPT 5 to whip up a custom trading script for TradingView in seconds. Then you use Gemini to see what news stories or narratives are bubbling up online before anyone else. You could use Perplexity AI to do a super deep dive on a new coin's fundamentals. And then, and this is the cool part, you connect it all with an automation tool like N8N to build your own personal alert system. Okay, that all sounds amazing in theory, right? But how does this stuff actually work out in the real world? Let's dig into a couple of examples that show off both the incredible power and some pretty surprising weaknesses of these AI tools.
So first up, meme coins. We saw AI sentiment tools picking up on all this weird, unusual chatter and buzz around tokens on the base blockchain. And here's the kicker. It spotted this growing social momentum before the price went nuts. It literally saw the story building, giving traders weeks of advance warning before all the retail FOMO piled in. But, and this is a huge but, AI is not a crystal ball. This chart is a perfect example. The AI absolutely nailed Notcoin's potential. It even underestimated how viral it would go. Why? Because AI is fantastic at analyzing things like network effects and user growth, but it completely whiffed on Reddit finance. It just couldn't account for the human element, A team that doesn't deliver, a product that never ships. AI can't see that. So how do you actually make this work for you? You build a system, a workflow you can use over and over. Step 1. Use Gemini to find out what narratives are hot. Step 2. Use ChatGPT to build custom screeners that find the tokens inside that narrative. Step 3. And this is absolutely critical. You verify everything the AI found using real on-chain data from tools like Glassnode or Dune. And then finally, the human, that's you, makes the final call, and you can use N8N to help automate and manage the trade. And that brings us to a really, really important point.
If you're going to use these tools, you have to. I mean, you absolutely must understand their limits and the huge risks that come with them. This is not some risk-free magic money machine.
Okay, the biggest danger, it really comes down to this one crazy statistic. Sometimes these AI models can have what's called a hallucination rate of 30 to 50%. That means they can just make stuff up, and they say it with total confidence, even though it's completely factually wrong.
Now, in the world of trading, that is absolutely terrifying. A hallucination could mean the AI invents a price pattern that never actually existed, or it tells you about massive trading volume on an exchange that isn't even real. If you act on that bad info without checking it first, well, the result could be a total disaster.
And the problems don't stop there. You've got overfitting, which is when an AI gets so good at reading past data that it completely falls apart in a live market. You've got latency. Most of these AIs don't know what the price of Bitcoin is this very second. And they have huge emotional blind spots. An AI can't feel the fear of a market crash or the crazy greed of a bubble. And on top of all that, the rules and regulations around this stuff are still basically the Wild West. So when you weigh all of this incredible power against these very real dangers, what's the final word? Are human traders done for?
No, the future isn't AI replacing traders. The winning play here is something called augmented intelligence. Think of it as a partnership. The machine does the heavy lifting, all the insane data crunching, and that frees up the human to do what we do best. Think about strategy, understand the context, and make the final call.
And I think this quote just says it all. AI is a data compass, not a crystal ball. It's perfect. An AI can process 1 million data points and tell you which way is north. It gives you a direction. It points out things you might have missed. But it can't tell you what's going to happen tomorrow. And that difference is everything.
And make no mistake, this is only speeding up. The market for these AI tools is expected to explode, going from about $40 billion today to almost $1 trillion in the next decade. This isn't some passing trend. This is the new plumbing of the financial world. So what are the big takeaways here? Let's boil it down. 1, AI is here to stay. It's essential infrastructure now. 2, you've got to use specialized tools for specific jobs. Don't use a hammer to turn a screw. 3, and this is probably the most important thing I'll say today, always check the AI's work with real, hard on-chain data. Trust but verify. And finally, number 4. The real advantage, the real edge, is found when you combine AI's incredible speed with your human judgment. Your job isn't just to execute trades anymore, it's to be the grand strategist.
Which really just leaves us with one final, big question to think about. The tools are here. They're giving us the data, the signals, the speed we never had before. The only missing piece of the puzzle is you. Your skepticism, your ability to see the bigger picture, your gut instinct. So the real question isn't if AI will change trading, it's how are you going to use this incredible partnership to build your edge?